Hello everyone! I just wanted to say hi before I started this video and also say thank you so much for tuning into my channel. This will be my very first video produced in this fashion and I'm proud to present it. But before we start, there is something I wanted to share with you guys. I started making this video sometime before October last year. This video was supposed to be for Halloween, but the process of making it took a lot longer than I expected. Not to mention, I still hadn't produced any of my own original music or themes for this video. I also wanted to add that over the course of time, making this video, I had frequent stops, so the style of art during the story has changed more than once. As a result, it may look a bit funny shifting from one style to the next, but I do believe the very last style in this video will be the final style used permanently for the rest of the channel. So, I welcome you once again to the world of Artsy Amateur. I hope you enjoy the show. See you soon! So it's Halloween, and of course, I'm stuck working again, like I do every single holiday of the year. But not only is it Halloween, everyone just seems to decide to want to shop in my store on Halloween, dressed up in their adorable little costumes and buying bottles for their parties. So, obviously, seeing everyone turning up doesn't put me in the best of moods. So I kind of just sit there and imagine how awesome it would be to also be off on Halloween and doing, I don't know, dressing up, going out, cosplaying as my favorite characters like Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland and the amazing Kikyo from Inuyasha. But no. I have to come back down to earth where my dreams and goals of my future are shattered by those who would oppose me. But let me stop there. This story isn't really about me. It's about this guy I met, Brandon. Brandon is the main focus of this video and is the entire reason why I decided to share this story in the first place. It started out another miserable day in slavery with a work shift of 1 to 10 p.m. Maybe some of you can relate to that. But now usually work sucks, but seeing attractive customers helps make the day go by a lot smoother. And today just happened to be that day. Now, in comes the smoking hot, fiery Sunday vegan blondie. Now, mind you, I've seen most of the hot customers so far that lives in the neighborhood around my job. So for a second, I'm like, who the heck is this? So I pull myself together and do my generic stupid greeting. Hi, how are you doing today? Did you find everything okay? And then he hands me this product. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with this product, but I think it's this beard or hair dye for guys. It's called Just for Men. So I proceed to ask him, so are you buying this for your beard? And he's like, oh yeah, I kind of need it. I can't show my face outside without it. Then I proceed to make a grave mistake and said, well, I don't think you need it. You're pretty gorgeous. Now me, I'm not very big on openly flirting with people or customers, especially at my job. It's a different territory than a bar or a party. So now I'm just kind of standing there looking stupid, like with my mouth open. And he's just kind of standing there looking at me stupid, like, why did you just say that? And I'm just standing there and he's just standing there. But it wasn't that bad. I finished ringing him up and he left smiling at me while I proceeded to still look stupid. But honestly, it turns out things went pretty well after our first encounter. He came in quite often throughout the year, and every time seeing him was extremely pleasant. He flirted with me, I flirted with him, and so on and so forth. I continued to see him all throughout the springtime, on warm summer nights, all the way up until fall. But fall time brought new news with Brandon. I said hi to him, but something was up. Hey, Bran, how are you? Everything okay? And then he was like, oh yeah, I'm doing fine. I got a lot going on right now, but I'll just be getting this. And then I look down, and I say, that's moving tape. Are you moving? Are you moving? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm looking for a house in Santa Monica. But first, I'm going home to see my mom to visit her for a bit. Now, here's a bit of a backstory. I'm pretty sure you guys are all wondering, how do you even know if this guy likes you or not? So here's how I knew. So one day he comes in with this super hot, adorable girl. And I'm just standing there like, what? Who is this, though? So Brandon looks at me. Then he looks at her. Then he looks back at me. Then he looks back at her. Then he looks back at me. And he tells me, oh, by the way, this is just my friend. Now, did you guys catch that? That's all he said was, this is my friend. In front of her, like she was standing right there. And me, not realizing I was staring, was like, oh, yeah, hey, what's up? How are you? It was pretty stupid. Anyway, back to the main story. I was concerned, but when your boy mentioned Santa Monica, I was like, all right, cool. I go to Santa Monica all the time. I drive there all the time. I go to the beach there. So, if you get a house, I could probably visit. Okay, I didn't say the visit part, but I did mention I go to Santa Monica a lot. But anyway. Now, see, by this point, after the moving conversation had ended, I was trying to take the situation a little step further. I proceeded to tell him that Halloween was coming up, and in a few days, me and my coworkers would be able to dress up. Now, he had never asked me for my number or anything like that, so I was 100% gonna make a move on your boy. So I told him. So Halloween is coming up, and it'd be really cool for you to drop by and see my costume. He made this kind of worried look on his face, and I didn't really understand it, but it soon changed just like that, and he made a happy face and said, yeah, I'll come by. So Halloween comes by, and your girl got all dolled up. I'm talking about the works. Went out traditional. I was a samurai geisha. I went and got my own personal handmade kimono. I put a little fake doggy paw tattoo on my chest, and I even had the traditional Japanese wooden sandals. But just to keep it short, just know that I got really, really cute for Halloween Day, and I was very excited. The day proceeded, and I couldn't wait to see Brandon walk through the door. So I waited. And I waited. And I waited. And I waited. Until finally I realized he wasn't going to come in today. Halloween ended, and a few weeks go by, and I still hadn't seen Brandon. I wasn't sure what had happened to him, but my regular work routine went back to normal. The only difference was he hadn't come in. All I could do was just wait for him to come back one day. So more time goes by, maybe about 5 or 6 months. I'm working as usual on my bleak, boring job, trying to stay as positive as possible, when I notice something in the corner of my eye. I notice a familiar figure in a shade of blonde. Could it be? Oh my God! It could be. It is. It's really him. I went to wave at him to get his attention, but something was wrong. That was Brandon. It really was him, and I didn't even notice him come inside the store. But why does he look like that? What happened to him? As I saw him walking out the door, I barely caught him before he got to the door. He looked up at me with this painful look in his deep blue eyes. He waved at me, and he forced a slight smile on his face. Then he continued to walk out the door. More time went by, and I was just out relaxing on one of my days off. Even though it was so long ago, I still sit sometimes and wonder in quiet moments what had happened to my dear blonde friend. And sometimes it still makes me sad. That was back in 2016. It's 2019 now. But sometimes when I'm out, I still get subtle reminders of him. And all I do now is hope he's okay. Hey again! I'm glad to see you watch the whole video all the way through, and I really hope you enjoyed it. This story meant a lot to me, and I really wanted to share this with all of you. Brandon was a dear person I had found myself getting attached to, and it still saddens me until this day to not know whatever happened to him. But I guess I can only wish the best and hope he's still out there living his best life. One thing I'd like you all to take out of this is if you ever see an opportunity for something you want, take it. I will forever wonder what it could have been between me and Brandon, because I didn't take the chance to see if there could have been more. But without a further ado, if you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that little bell for notifications. I'll be working on more content and I cannot wait to share more stories with you all. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Goodbye!